Hi everyone, 90s kid Ozzie Madison here. If you're wondering where the kids are, well, twins are having some technical problems, so no full show today. But since today would have been Robin Williams' 69th birthday, an age he'd no doubt have had fun with, I thought I'd talk about him. And namely, why I talk so much about him. See, I don't think the world at large realizes just how much Robin meant to my generation specifically. I mean, I know the concept of generations is mostly made up marketing bullshit, but in this case, there really is something there, something that binds my generation together over him. But older folks, the folks running the media still, they don't get it. I watched that documentary, Robin Williams, Come Inside My Mind, and it was wonderful, fabulous, spectacular, heart wrenching. It had everything. Except they just gloss right over most of his 90s success. Just a montage of posters of all the films that meant so much to me and my peers. You could have at least shown him winning the Oscar. No, but even worse was the book, Robin, by Dave Itzkoff. Again, the parts about his early life are great. The parts about his later life are heart-wrenching. But right there in the 90s, the author keeps going out of his way to include negative opinions about all the movies that we, the children of the 90s, were watching. Even though the author points out that Robin was bothered by people talking shit about his movies, but he keeps doing it. So I looked up who this Dave Itzkoff guy is, and go figure, he's a Gen Xer. They're the ones who really don't get it. I see Gen Xers talking shit about Hook all the time, saying it's a baby boomer therapy session. But do they stop to consider the kids who were the actual target audience of the film? What they thought? How it affected them? What it taught them about life? Of course not. And it's so ironic. Here they are doing the same thing they say the boomers did to them, dismissing the culture of the younger generations as trash. This is why I actually hate Gen Xers more than boomers. All the baby boomers I know are sincere hippie types. They're good people. Okay, maybe some Gen Xers are too. But I'm just tired of my culture being dismissed. Okay, so what does Robin Williams mean to my generation, you may ask? Well, most of us probably saw him first on Sesame Street, seeing if his shoe is alive or showing Elmo what to do with a stick. And we loved this funny, funny man. Then we saw he was in movies. And there are 4 big movies of his that are practically sacred to my generation. Movies I think every kid needs to see. I mean it. If you don't show your kids these films, you're a bad parent. Hook, Aladdin, Mrs. Doubtfire, and Jumanji. The Sacred Four. There are, of course, other films like Fern Gully, Toys, and Flubber, but those are an acquired taste. And don't show your kid Jack. It may look like a happy kids film, but it was so traumatizing. But those other films, they made him our hero. He made us laugh like no one else could. He showed us what a truly loving father looks like. And he taught us that being an adult doesn't mean becoming boring or authoritarian. That you can still have fun and create wonderful things. That you should always look at the world with wonder. That's what Robin Williams means to my generation. But some people think they can just up and replace him, like Disney with their Aladdin remake, or the new Mrs. Doubtfire musical. Oh yeah, that's a thing now. If this leads to a remake, I swear to God. Now you may think I'm being closed-minded, but the Genie, Mrs. Doubtfire, Mork, John Keating, those characters are still fresh in our memory as him. They are him, practically. I just think it's too soon. Give it about 70 years, I'll probably be dead by then. It's so sad to think there's so much we never got to see him do. Tear the shit out of Trump, make us laugh over YouTube in quarantine. All the movies he never got to do. I'd rather have him in a Mrs. Doubtfire sequel that sucks than not have him here at all. I still remember the day he died. So many different people all just poured their hearts out over him. I've still got a lot of celebrity tweets saved. It was a moment where everyone came together over one thing. And it was a moment I wish never had to happen. Not for a long time. I know it's been nearly 6 years since he died, but I don't think we as a society will ever get over losing him. Like Elvis, John Lennon, and Michael Jackson, I think he'll be mourned for generations to come. Well, that's what I have to say. I leave you with these words of wisdom. Carpe diem. Seize the day. Bangarang. Nanu nanu.